teke nera o. Naika ki goro minina aibe kuma kanu malefiye. Batiri klebe saye, mon liri klebe proposé. Villa klebe proposé, olane fari be proposé, sanu bule be proposé, zrani biche lunye. Jei tole kabako. Ikado che ya luma, aibe songura le laila, kiye soneye, kiye jarneye, kiye wiya fola leye. Somindila aibe songo le laila zani bicha lunya o jei tole kabako ko dongri mini ala to joni leye tata jabate leye moya mo woro de neye dembere jabate le woroni ni wa to barala badenya ye barala sinji ya ye barala ashata bade nekriga awajabate le bade bara foche loué ngoye bara fonye donze mini adonto tata leye maika mama ni leye musa mama ni leye ninga tata dodofo lenyina amine ko ami chamu ne ko dengi seperezi le ko VIP yiborola abobo VIP yiborola asamerina dedeye madu chamu ne woroni kamere mai betofo adama dandele yedoye gausu Konneh yedoye kamere mai betofo ali piano yedoye baba burukina yedoye kamere mai betofo lubade yedoye mushwaro ture yedoye kamere masu yasha je vais te marier yedoye couleur de jupon yedoye adiasa nyeton valuma diasa tata jabate yetu faluma diasa cheya mana kaka kilela o diasa
diasa fuyesa diasa musoya mana kama nileo diasa
adiasa nyeton valuma diasa ami chamu yetu faluma diasa cheya mana kaka kilela o diasa di cheba we are for la toyedi o chai toyedi cheba nam figi toyedi chai toyedi cheba musolo rutigi toyedi chai toyedi cheba musoworo tigi toyedi chai toyedi couleur de jupon toyedi chai toyedi je vais te marier toyedi caméraman chai toyedi cheba we are for la toyedi o chai toyedi cheba nam figi toyedi chai toyedi cheba muso nani tigi toyedi chai toyedi cheba muso sabatigi toyedi chai toyedi couleur de jupon toyedi chai toyedi je vais te marier toyedi caméraman
Billy Nakuma Kamara, ambassadeur de Joma. On peut ne pas aimer le lion, mais on sait qu'il est le champion de la forêt. Toi-même tu sais.
Fonte-moi banna, makaba fonte-moi banna. Ibake kokola dinyarotero, wala yikele muluka. Dobaraki lero, dobarake kabala kuro. Ngo fonte-moi banna, bozano ma fonte-moi banna. Mobaki kokola dinyarotero, wala yikele muluka. Dobaraki lero, dobarake malakuro. Dodo di wodi bo woluta soro, dodo di seni bo woluta soro na, dodo di misi bo woluta soro, ngo dodo di sa bo woluta soro na, ninne kanta soro di anyedo, nyeta la donna le pinya, weinko,
nyati kedende nyeni na donna le pinya,
weinko,
ndianande nyeni na donna le pinya.
inondi ne kobiri bama imasato ninge bama imasato ma tema bama imasato dugi bama imasato ma alintong be sato marafani kwina mayoto mane logo wuya alinyengera di na masugu mane di bari gona wainga taji meni bamfatara banyaki nkana migi khadi na masugu mane di bari gona wainga taji niteipa Bankusala, Akpel.
Chérif Aïdara, sauver les enfants à Cancan. Mustapha Zamal, le boucantier à son âge à Cancan, Baté.
Makaba Baba Sintala, we have one of that on Juju. Makaba Baba Sintala, Daily Baguda to Juju. Duluki Mata Malaba, Masami Kida Wolukilo, Duluki Ma, we have all laba. Fama alale jon sola makabala yiri kini to dile fonte mo bana Madame Mbadu Baba Sintala Jayili Bagudu da toju Dora Gani Baba Sintala Namzilu da to furu furu Duluki ma wiya volaba Masami kida wale kilo Duluki ma duyanginina Fama alale don sola Jorangani na yiri kini to dile Fote mo bana na Mo bigere lo nyama Masami kida wale kilo Mo bigere fo nyama Masami kida wale kilo Lampasila yiri kini to dile Fote mo bana Buwa balola yiri kini to dile Fote mo bana
Tonton Bouba, le PDG de Tropicana, l'homme qui a le pouvoir d'achat en Guinée.
Mouridili sila yiri kini to dile Fote mo bana Tenena samarani to dile Fote mo bana Fadima ila yiri kini to dile Fote mo bana na Makina dum gili ni lala Amerile jamala sawalanye Kurusa Ala yisiri gili Njigili di banango Kurusa kalulade Kema nyinjema
Lanilela
Kema nyinjema
Lanila
Kema nyinjema Nyongo kema nyinjema Mariko Ibrahim ye Digili di konakiri Podium magazine na Iyo mama kita ye Digili ala siri Mouridili silu bandu walko Aluma ye geren fadani kasigiri Sugurala Cesari sidi be kabonya be kya bongono Aluname siri.
Like he already said, get the book. You know, it's an inspiration to our children. You know, the opportunities in this land is here for us, and we should take advantage of it. You know, so let's get this book. This book should be placed in schools in this country. It should be placed in schools back home in our country, and let our children know that this is the potential that we have, and this is the opportunity that we have in this country, and this is what we can be. This is what we can do. So let us support Nvasekie. You know, I'm sorry I have to run out of here, all right, and I can't be here to the end, but I just want to congratulate him.
About how you feel, how you think we are going forward. So thank you so much. Robert Keita, you have to stay.
Thank you. Well, I wish we had the opportunity to talk longer, and sometimes many of us have the opportunity to express our feeling, express some sort of a sentiment in the past, most especially when it comes to our country and our country. But however, in this kind of civilized environment, I believe there's a money pay and the calculated time we have to limit ourselves to talk. However, I do appreciate the time you gave me. To my elders, I'm really out of words. I want to recognize the coordinator of Melina Mel Bureau. He's here. Thank you very much. Let me take a little back in 1996. I just wanted to join the military. I wanted to be the military man. And wear that fatigue and that uniform, stepping tall and proud. And Nvasekie and I tried our possible best. Nvasekie went there, he got it. When they put my name, he said, "You too old." I said, "What?" I was disappointed. You know, our fight job was 7-Eleven. At 7-Eleven, you got to 7-Eleven to work. And they say, "You got to clean up this place here." And Nvasekie was there before me. He was the supervisor. And when he got on the stage, he said, "All the people that are here, you're trying to clean there, you know." And Nvasekie, when you look at me, "Hey, I'm not going to tell my uncle to go clean there." I said, "Nvasekie, forget it. No, I'm not to look at it. I can't do that. I'll go there." I said, "No, let me do it." He said, when I try to do something, I said, "No, Uncle, leave that one. Let me do this one." So the poor guy concerned. Where is it? You want to do something? They may always tell you something in some kind of language. I said, "One day I will tell you." That shows that how strong our culture is. How strong our culture is. And Nvasekie lived up to that. And from there, later on, and he and the boss got into it, and the man said he's supposed to do something, he didn't do it. And Nvasekie said, "I'm not going to do it." So I pinched Nvasekie because I want to make him a $4.25 per hour. I said, "Nvasekie, do yell at me." He said, "Uncle, wait, let me tell you, you know, I don't know my right." And Nvasekie packed a load, and the next day he left. He had great ambition. He put a whole lot of program, demonstration. We were there to support it. You know, we were there to support Nvasekie, and he's a son and a nephew and a brother that I can relate to. But let me come a little bit. Though we are here today to launch this book here, I believe that anything relating to us for Nimba County, Father, in the past, but we have to make it right. When you look in Nimba website, you see a whole lot of writing, people coming on saying things. This is not your land. You bought the land from our forefather. How in the world? A place that became a county in 1964, when my father was born there, my mother was born there, he said, "I bought the land from your forefather." Negative. Never happened in history. He writes this thing to educate our children, to give history, give information to those that Madingo and Nimba, the indigenous, lived there. We built the country. It was there before Nimba County was named Nimba County in 1964. And I tell our children, I'm not being a writer, but when it comes to history, something that we learned from Mr. Kruman, Ome Chomo, please, you try and buy this book, read it. It was said that Mr. Kruman had wealth of a history, not be the writer, but let's rally around him, let him write the book. We are lost. I remember when I was told we attempted several times in Nimba County to create our own chiefdom. We created it, we leave it there, move another location. We move here, we create another location, and the land was purchased for about our forefather, but because we have one man, Soko Sako, who was there that time that could represent the Madingo people in the house, and also before the public, his name was inscribed on the particular document. We failed to go for that particular era there. Mr. Kruman is a word of the history. He got the information. And I was told also that they tried their possible best to make sure we'll get that land back. They said they got some. They said 500 acres, I don't know how many. We were supposed to have a meeting, but they downplayed it. I don't know what went wrong. But again, history repeated itself. Those documents were again inscribed into the name of individual. As a result, the Madingo were left out. I decided to bring this thing out today because this book here indeed was written as a memoir of our own son, our brother, our nephew, to give you the insight of what we went through, please. So our brothers are here today. Going back to Madingo Caucus, was only there a caucus, just a few elite from the meeting. But now with the new leadership ensuring, perhaps you don't call people when it's time for election. You don't call people because it's time for your interest. Indeed, that's wrong. We'll do their possible best. Nvasekie worked so hard. I remember we went for a demonstration in Washington, D.C. God have mercy. I stood up, I was nervous. But when Nvasekie talked, when someone didn't talk, I stood. Those are my little kids, my brother that I'm older than. I stood up for it. I said, yes, indeed, it's time for us to do it. Let's fight for it. And we achieve our goal. Please, books written like this, you can buy it. Don't put it on the side. Read it. It's good for us. I beg you. We fought a long time. Our forefather fought for Liberia and described that country and sacrificed the four corners with a 4 camel sacrifice that was done in that country. Many people don't know that history. That was a document signed between our forefather and the settler because we were strong when they got there. They couldn't get our land. They couldn't get our culture. They couldn't get our religion. We fought. We stood for what was right for us. Don't bury that. And Nvasekie had written a book. Some of us may not be the writer, but we'll try our possible best. I wish this thing were in Akana. Because I will talk to 12 o'clock tonight. But because the 250 I may not carry on to 12. We're limited here so far. But in Nvasekie, I promise you I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia again because I hope this time they will give us time to talk more. Thank you very much. With the, okay, the initial stage, put 10 on me in the meantime. Put 10 books on me, we will try our best to see. I don't want to talk on behalf of my organization, Millennium of Liberia. The coordinator is here. He will talk. He's here with a package. And he will talk on our behalf. I just want to say, my auntie that I'm here, if I made a mistake tonight, don't let me cry tonight. Don't let me take off my coat. Looking at YouTube. You will see my speech there. But I beg you, the document you have received for our chiefdom in Nimba County, we are ready to fight.
So much, Honorable Keita. I think you are one of the best. And if I did not enjoy anything, but being frank and open is what I really love. So thank you so much. Thank you. You're not sweating for nothing. John, please, I'm begging you. The Manigo culture, nobody can beat it. Yeah, despite my tatra still cannot beat it, but please just bear with me for this program, for the place we are. 2 minutes per speaker. Having said that, I want to start with the president of FEMUSA, Honorable Mohamed Belede, to come and give us remarks.
Just as the president appearances, we are at 1,010 pieces so far, hoping that we can match at least what we've done first. We are left with 999 pieces, or 990 pieces. Thank you.
President of the caucus, our elders, my mothers and sisters, our guest here, Mr. President of Dimani, Brother Richmond Konneh, who's the former president of FEMUSA, Prof. Vofi Jabater, director of Akana, Mr. Famo Konneh, chairman of the board of directors for FEMUSA, Mr. President and members of the LIMAP leadership, Mr. Chairman, members of the board of directors of LIMAP, our brothers and sisters that have come from way back, our brothers from New Jersey, as well. I want to say thank you for coming. Today's occasion is a unique one for all of us, especially those of us who are here in America. To see one of us among us come and produce a book of this rich nature. This is not the first, as you got from information. In this book, something touched me. Nvasekie talk about one fine day. And one fine day was that when they got the information, when he heard from BBC that Charles Taylor has invaded Liberia, and being a proponent of true democracy, he supported that vision, not knowing the repercussion of that invasion was going to be that his own Mandingo ethnic group were going to be the target. And one other note, he said that one of the pages, he said one fine day, when he was standing, he saw an array of ECOMOG contingent, convoy, in a very elaborate speed. And when he realized that, later on he realized that there were people in that convoy, and they were Mandingo people. He said he saw Alaji Kruma. Then he looked on his side, he saw two ladies. One of the ladies started crying. Then he asked the lady, "Why are you crying?" He said, "Well, my tear is an expression of joy." He said, "You can imagine the way how we left this country. We were driven out of this country like chicken and goats. With the triumphant return of one of us in this kind of elaborate manner shows that there's light at the tunnel." So you see, that fine day tonight is the replica of those fine days. I see the mothers, I see our father sitting here in peace, without solitude. We all are kind and proud to come here and praise the emergence of our brother. And this is something that we all need to be proud. Those fine days are back. But we all have our responsibility and challenges. The only way that this thing can continue is for all of us to continue to support. I know if you were to allow some of our mothers now to stand up and talk, they will cry. You see the repeat of the fine days. You see Brother Omer Ansmana Kruma here. Umadi Sano, who has been a chief in Butu. So tonight is another fine day that we all need to celebrate. And I'm thrilled and I'm happy to be part of tonight's fine day. And I think that should be a recollection of what we passed through. On the note of Tarek, I'm not sure whether we can add another note to that, but I pledge that every chapter, Mr. Chairman, if you permit me.
The green light, Chairman. You want your own?
Thank you, Governor.
You know, when President Obama turned to Joe Biden, let me say Joe Biden, John Boehner, you can see your face. So the man said you want your own president, so I don't know. Well, anyway, that was very great. Thank you so much. We want to say thank you to our Oma, John. We recognize you here. And all of our mothers that are here, I may not know your names, but trust me, we really, really appreciate your presence here tonight. Thank you. Who is the coordinator of the Millennium Men of the Republic of Liberia, to come and give her a remark in line with the promotion and purchase of the book. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. All right. the elders. Something I always say, the Liberian Mandingo community. I sometimes say that because, you know, in Africa we find Mandingos in Guinea, Senegal, everywhere. And we in Liberia, we have our own Mandingos as well, who were there from the beginning of Liberia. So as I listen, I even want to cry to see an ethnic group within our country is fighting for recognition. That belong to the Millennium Men of Liberia. Mr. Keita is the chairman. Our organization is diversified. We don't care whether you're from the Kru tribe, you're from the Loma tribe, from the Mandingo tribe. We don't look at that at all. We are all Liberians. And this is how we're supposed to proceed. I'm proud of the gentleman for this book. You know, when the crisis were going on between the indigenous tribes and the American Liberians, D. Urutue stood up. He said, Mr. President, he was talking to Todman. He said, if you know what I know, in that blue field, we put a kino there, we put a palm tree there, we put some symbol that will represent the ethnic groups in Liberia. But I'll tell you one thing, our people are not strong now to overcome you, but they will fight you with pen and pencil. Now the brother here is showing this now. He's fighting with a pen and a pencil, trying to bring out the history, how the Bandigos have been there for the beginning of Liberia. So I'm very much proud of him. And I hope he will continue that. And as people read this book and other books to come, they will be convinced that we are one. We are one. We Liberians must think in that direction. The time has gone now to say, oh, that Bandigo man, oh, that Fula man, oh, that this person. We're supposed to be one. That's why I say, Mr. Keita, I don't care whether you bring or not, I will be there. Little thing here that you can read later on so you will know the Millennium Men of Liberia for yourself. On behalf, I'm the president there though.
We know. We already know our position.
I have a boss. I'm a boss leader here too. So the whole thing is intertwined here. On behalf of the Millennium Men of Liberia, I will sign for 5 books. So looking at the time, Mr. Tori?
Yeah. I mean, I sometimes I feel that I have breached protocol, but I also feel that I have not, seriously breached it. In most instances, the elder should actually be speaking for, but in my own little stupid way of thinking, I want everybody to say what they want to say while the elder are listening keenly. Then they will have the final say. When they speak, that's it. That's my, take on this. So it's not no disrespect. I will not do that. I don't want to take a switch. Despite the fact that we are here in America, I know. We're out there coastal, they can still leave me and switch me. That I know. And I don't want to take that. So it's not I'm trying to overlook the elder, but I just feel that after everybody have spoken, they should be the last to envelope that. I saw him got a very pressing task that he has to be there to just Mr. Sako.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much for the honor. I'm greatly honored to be at this program. I am very, very, very proud of my brother and a friend, Mr. Nvasekie Konneh. This brother has really brought a great pride, not only to the Mandingo community, but to the entire Liberian community. I'm really surprised that, this hall that I'm not seeing, people from other, a lot of people from other Liberian communities, not only from the Mandingo, ethnic group. Because this is about Liberia. This is about Liberia. We have a death in the family. My wife lost a cousin. So I should have been at the program there by 4 o'clock today. But now they have been calling me that they are waiting for me. But I told them that, well, this program is very important. Even though that's a death issue, but I had promised to be with my brother here today. And I told my children, I said, well, you know what? You guys need to come with me. To come and see and meet an uncle that did this great job. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is our day. We all have to be very, very happy today. Sometimes when I look at this program, then I just probably, it's a reminiscent of those days when our forefathers used to travel to Mecca when there was no plane and they returned safely. That kind of excitement, that's how we should feel today. That one of our own, has taken his time. That's part of the busy schedule. This is a man that has family. He has to cater to his family. But he took his time to document what we all need to know about country, about culture. This is something great. I'm very proud of you, brother. Thank you very, very much. Prior to Americans, all of us in the diaspora, you are prior to us. Thank you. Here is my suggestion, though. He has done his part. So now it is left with us as members of the community. I have 2 suggestions when it comes to actually getting these books on sale. Anytime you see, bestsellers, the people are the ones that make these book writers to become booksellers, bestsellers. So we have to do our part too. Like you said, we have to go on Amazon and leave feedback. But one of the things that I would like to suggest tonight is that I want to thank all our patrons. But what I would like to suggest, nearly all our business centers on Woodland, we want to see copies dropped at all the business centers. When their customers come, they got to make sure that some of them pick up their own, their own copies. We will drop like 100 copies so that they will begin to sell all those copies until we meet our target. My second proposal is, instead of buying, Liberia, then we have literature books and we buy other people books. So we need to begin at least to make sure that our brothers and sisters that are going to school in Liberia, this should be their literature book as well. So that should be our task. So instead of reading about other people's culture, at least thank God we have our own writer. So the kids that are coming up, they should be able to read this book. We have to go to the education ministry and say, well, you know what? There's a literature book here that our kids need to know. So no one else will do that. We have to do that ourselves. This is about Liberia. It's not about America. This is our own Liberian that we have to promote. So those are the 2 suggestions that I'm actually making tonight. And also on top of that, let's take the books to our various jobs. And I'm also going to take 10 books to take it to my job. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to keep, I know a lot of you have been sitting here today. And like I said again, I know my senior brother has already, hinted me and said, well, you got to be here when I'm talking. Who am I to say, well, no to our, so, that's what I had, hinted the MC that I would like to just speak, and try and get to the family. But if the brother had requested that I have to be here, who am I to say no? So, Your Honor, I will stay with me. I'm very, very sorry, at least for taking the stage before you.
Thank you. Oh, we're happy. All right. So, having said that, of the Republic of Liberia, to give us 2 minutes of remark. I think he and Brother Sako gonna have to, talk something afterward. That's why he asked for the time. Thank you, sir.
The usual protocol, because the chairman of the caucus has already spoken. So when it comes to promoting and selling the books, whatever the caucus pledges here, we have pledged. And we're going to be messengers to make sure that this book is sold in Liberia and everywhere. Okay. Mr. Chairman, Keita, the information concerning the Sokopa land. Hello? The information given is a little bit twatted. The way they give it to you, that's not how it is. He just took over from Musa Belete. I am the one appointed by the caucus, you understand, to chair and direct everything that has to do with that property. Now, Soko Sako fought so hard, okay, in order to get our chiefdom recognized. And Jackson Doe and all of his colleagues that were in the house decided to list us. Unfortunately, we were listed last in terms of chiefdom. Okay? Otherwise, to name a chiefdom, the reason why Kwadu Boni was not challenged was because we started it in Nimba and it was not challenged. So it became a precedent. Bele Gay, Bele Gio people, Saklepie man of people, Amalgamated Tapeta district. Then you get the Gui and Doru. All right. Then you have the Crown people community. They call it the public chiefdom. The Madingo chiefdom was supposed to be the last. Immediately they jumped in it for us to proceed to writing the necessary legislation to be passed. Their uncles, Sako their issues that the land was not for us. Omer Soko said, getting a chiefdom does not force any individual under our law to be forcibly resided or asked to move to reside in that particular place. But it's political for us today and our children tomorrow. All right? But the land in question, we have gone so far now and printed a legislation. That's why I say you were giving it the other way around. It's not the Soko family. They are the custodian of the land for all of us. Okay? They have done no wrong.
Thanks for the correction.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that that is done. If you hear us say now that we have drafted a legislation, it's moving around now. We sent copies to our brother in the Supreme Court, Brother Janet. We sent copies to Kafuma Konneh. We sent copies to all of the individuals that have connection with it. You understand? And Mr. President, I'm of the Republic of Liberia. You understand what I say? Right. Before the crew and the Grebo migrated from France, then La Côte d'Ivoire, now, we were already there. So we do need recognition. We are what we are. Mande Empire. Yes, we provided the leadership for the Mande Empire. The reason why the brother said that I have wealth of knowledge is true. It's true. But unfortunately, all of us do not have the energy to write. But believe me or not, I will cooperate with anyone who you think you can send to me for us to start working on something. I got some literature. I got a lot of things that we all can put together in order to be able to do something for our community and our country. But when you understand that, Nimba County, when Nimba became a county, I was on that delegation representing the youths to go and give the petition to Parliament so Nimba can be recognized as a county in 1964. You understand? Now the county has become a county. Then we were all supposed to have our own little chiefdoms and clans. All right? Soko Sako dreamed long ago. And he bought this land since President Barclay time. Registered, deeded, and probated that since I'm Palmer Chief, this is our chiefdom. Now, if the Soko Sako descendants were not fair to the Madingo community, nobody forced them to say anything to us. But they went to the caucus meeting and gave us the revelation. And based on that, we started working in order to make sure that something is done on all of us behalf. Launcher, I'm sorry, I didn't want to keep the brother here, but I wanted to make sure that Mr. Keita information is corrected. We all mean well. Now, but you see, the strength you get, don't let it go away on that land. You can't leave land just sitting there. And if you're supposed to do business and you want a piece of property on that land and your mind is concentrated on business, we have a wide range of different type of businesses, from petroleum to the sale of peanuts. Now, if we sit together and we talk and you get investors, either yourself or other people, you will know that place, Soko Sako dream, was correct, as far as we are concerned. But hey, those places where all of you were fighting, including those of us on the ground, that our places have been taken away from us. The people have come and forcibly occupy our land during the war. We say we want them back, right? Yeah. If we do get them back, something else will happen. They don't want anything else to happen. But they gave us our land. But you know what? If I ask any younger Keita from Ganta to move to your property, they don't want to go. You're forcing. You ask any Ome Fesu grandchild or brother son or anybody, move to Ganta on Ome Fesu property so that the property can be secure. They don't want to leave Monrovia to go there. I will force them. No, sir. I get my job to go to. But the property is now in our possession. Then, those of us who were passing through, we don't want to go too far. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When the land is given to them, they pass behind, because that is in the name of the caucus, yeah. They pass on the other side of the caucus and sell it. After we have gone to government, to this place, commissions have been set up. When the president set up that land commission, he have, I think, 3 or 4 of us, Madingo guys, on that one commission. A commission of 10 persons, we were 4 on it. So I want us to understand that we are not sitting for nothing. The property is there. You all need to help us take that legislation to Parliament and pass it. It doesn't pass for nothing. It has something similar with the launching that we're doing. If you don't lobby any piece of paper, you don't lobby in Parliament, it's not going to pass. That is my own personal problem right now, because the caucus has given me the responsibility to chair that committee. And I want to make sure that it is done and it's done quickly and properly. So how do we do it? Mr. Moderator, I'm sorry for your time.
Thank you.
God bless all of us.
Thank you very much.
Is to patronize our brother for his hard work. To make sure that everybody that is in the house, try to get a copy or at least 2 or 3. If you can't read, somebody will be able to read it. Tonton Blair, I see you. I know you're about 10. Okay, I want to recognize the old man. Almost 1:30. We don't want to hold you no longer. To come and just, give our remarks.
One surviving elected paramount chief when I was at the Elections Commission in 1985. He's the only one living now. All the paramount chiefs were elected during 1985 general and presidential election. He's the only one living now. I thought you were gone. I thought Sanopo and I didn't know.
Come on, this is Jangan lupa haji tu.
Kolo Malek. Speak Madingo, not you. Speak Madingo so we can hear.
Yeah, now I'm speaking now. Allow me back here, ma. If I pass about 20 quid, tala per day later, la sala. More distant me before a bit more someone. Kuma chena we finally. More be Timiko Saman. Na pa machi certificate ascent to Ralo. E alien Alunastian. I'm working in New York. As a round-off. Will it take Windil? Well, let's commission Pelobito Alumo Plale. Nena voka dingia mida. One or two. Many more chime flower. So Giopo. Do Agbanzali. Mbala wuri sokono le sokono sogbekono. Mbala wuri sokono. Me ka ku pepo apo dialo. Ka ku pepo apo dialo mu bi makumu. Monte suda belo bitika po. Butu ko nani sekepe ko kwali. Butu nani sekepe kwali. Ne fa nu pa wu ta pa wu ta lola le abani misaluka na lola le. Mo basiki mida kumala ni kanale sekepe. Ni mbafana ni wote akamo mebe woni akamo wote pila wunande pila koma kolonguma okay kolonguma senator Bokami geni niba kante signé senator le labiye katite senator Bokaso ni kolonguma le manole tale kabo kolonguma aso ni mbanyana le another nyiro so ni kolonguma e no related with nobody inside the mbanyoma gefa mibeme komi menye utetime ya so no ko te fala menye udunu la timina mbanyoma gefa ni gwewo selta bukate kabengigilele mbanyoma gefa ni gwewo kata selta bag anyal dia ndemo wula ate mo udunu tala kwa kumota kabemine kata ablaja so no kata alasti yida e kote modunu wule we kan ya sonale we kan si voice yesterday in makati menye nani mimbebe nani momine we kan voice yesterday le wote bukulo
bukudomina to mgo blato
we senator we kan si yesterday le mbanyoke pa nani wole mbanyoke pa una kan wile te lini plele kan wile te sobale mbjama bete kan wile tuke kan wi wolo mbanyoke pa kisi kasika lake abbe memi ni wona asile suna kata asanye bisawa makata makase asa luna ana abbe suna le ana abbe suruna le abbe me komi mo lo male kilo Cela comment para nous mon le caponialo. Comment n'a pas ça? Awe mbasika kominke amba brano. Parce que muedele. Ina fa nyam ga yetinole. Abbe mena si le suna. Be mena si mizuna wona fomi kwa alanya ala kuli wokala. Wallahi ibe ala kila akinyama. Wallahi akiti yakili kan la miali. Abbe mena kili migala. Wakili la miani. We fane miani labiyema. Abbe me weta ne fatala kanale segepe suru ya ni ulunkana. Alaba jala ko segepe ke tangalo lele. Ko me ko pae mu utele kana ke segepe. A menye gbada ka kele takata zontu kele. Ka don wi kele. Ka go wi kele. Ka kwetu kele ka loyi kele. Kana bele kana abeke segepe ka segepe ke sobali. Menye wule na okala joba ma mbanzela wope numo msolete yanani mo pepe ida segepe minanzene joba ni manogba dans le segepe kwetu pe mbame mali kabo sani kole nga simulu boni lola wuna labiye kela le kata mbame mali dana atra pour la jela kwetu le mbame mali lete kwetu kuna Mbanyo ke fale nani ne fale ye. Kume ala tite dinge sabati ambabulo. Ala la delika bolo butuko. Bakanga ni beka somiti bolo kweta ye. Mbabo nyale ke ni sekepe ukata. Laista mbofi. Laista abfadom abeme laista mbofi. Wa ludinga no va lulete we. Wo di sieni sise yola ke ele wo benata ke mino. Mfata mbata lete we. Laissa mbofite dingo na mbalu le tewe. Mbapa ni yede ale kata gutulu. Mais atena, comment atena. Mon n'a pas marqué voka la kako beka kanganye. Mais jasindo we donya ko a ko kidon gbe ami dala kanene ko pa marqué jonake menye le ko gbe no. Idinya iwodin dokola dokangi tout donc moi de last neck en letani ko ne jakwe ba ko adima oui il était élection commissionnaire ça président il élection commissionnaire là pour ma gagner abe ba setebe ke dia ma ko mi gagner wo ma nemi be apo mama di le pa ma kile ma disbeske. Da il va me dire moto ni wo conflit ki en ka kele mina moto ni akiti ki en akuma ki en makakena mais nous te kuma lo jenyela mo mi fa anyana kata le fama kata si le bien fa pala aya parce que quand ya long nous te se aluto adinga ka do wusi amanga parce que mo ka mo lale awule nu be adu wukala mo be du be me lo horma do oge so mi na ala nya mo nani hajuma ka po 7000 ta fambe ala ta dinya fambe mo baraka mi nya lo baraka ala di moma dinu pepe ne ala kana se ka abenya mi je da wole.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, my name is Sippy Sharif. And
I Joe, I can't Tromalo.
Alright.
Please
go ahead. My name is Sippy Sharif, and I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I would like to thank everyone for being here this evening, and I would like to thank Brother Nvasekie Konneh. I personally did not know him, but I heard a lot about him.
I join Ghetto.
One time I met him downtown at one of the intellectual debates, and I introduced myself to him. I said, hey, I see you're writing on the listserv. You know, I heard a lot about you, and I just wanted to introduce myself to you to tell you, you know, I'm a young man who's really, I admire your work, and I would really like to be in touch. We shook hands, He spoke to me very cordially for a person who, you know, I haven't met him before. And over time, I followed his writing on the listserv, and I must say, frankly speaking, the new war in Liberia, the new war around the world is intellectualism.
Yes, sir.
There's no more people are gonna pick up guns. People are not gonna, you know, hurt each other anymore, but intellectual exchange is where the future lies. And to be honest, to have a brother as eloquent, a big brother as eloquent, as forceful, as impactful with his writing to represent us, and I don't mean us in a tribal sense like us Mandingo, I mean us as in Liberians as a whole.
Thank you.
To have someone like Nvasekie representative of, I couldn't be prouder. So I want to tell you thank you so much. And thanks for the book. I know you guys waited for how much book I'm going to buy. So I've bought one already. But on a serious note, I have 2 kids. I have a 11-month-old daughter and I have a 3-year-old son. I'll buy 3 extra books.
Thank you, sir.
Two of the 3 books I'm going to buy, I'm going to put them on a shelf. When my 3-year-old son reaches an age where he can comprehend and understand, that's the first book I'll give him.
Thank you.
When my 11-month-old daughter reaches an age where she understands and can read, that'll be her first book. And the reason why is, you know why up to today the Holocaust, the Jewish, you know, all those massacres that happened, you know why they're still as relevant as it was back then and certain events took place and no one knew about them? It's because people kept them alive. So the fact that Nvasekie Konneh, through this writing, has kept our history alive, I mean, this is the greatest gift anyone can give any mankind, being remembered. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very excellent of you. Thank you.
Mr. Nvasekie, we must commend you and the state of Pennsylvania. Just on behalf of all the leadership, I know Tom Fastman here will buy 10 books.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Opinion leader from Minnesota, Nvasekie N, to please come and speak on behalf of MMA because the president actually asked him to come and represent MMA. And you know when I say Minnesota, that's where the money is.
Thank you very much. I think if somebody's happy here tonight, I think I'm the happiest. Based on the fact that
Please.
there are many brothers here that we talk on the phone. Sometimes when they see my write-up, but they don't know me in person. First of all, my name is Nvasekie N. Mr. Toure here talks to me all the time, but he doesn't know me.
I know you.
All right. Brother Richmond's here, and Brother Keita is here. Most of these people know me, but we haven't seen each other, you know, and talk. And at some point, one time I was talking to Brother Nvasekie, he told me, you know, be serious about writing. One of those days you're going to write your own book. And I told him, we are following your footsteps. If you are here today to buy a book from Nvasekie, that should be an inspiration for us.
Yes, sir.
And what I can say here is that all of us, male or females, I encourage everybody to read this book and encourage friends at work to buy the book. Because if we can do for Nvasekie, somebody else can do it for us tomorrow. We're from Minnesota. And when we heard about this book a few months back, promised Nvasekie that we're going to be here. That's why we try to do everything possible to be here and be part of this occasion. When I first came, I think I purchased about 5 books. But that's not all. I'm not going to promise that we're going to buy 1,000 books tonight, but we have a plan. Nvasekie is scheduled to go over there and have another book signing program in Minnesota. I'm kind of disappointed that Lima only buy 5 books. Probably Minnesota going to buy 2,000. You never know.
That's good.
But I think I don't want to get in trouble. The leadership will do that. But we already buy 5, and it's important that buying the book is not a thing. You read the book. It's what really matters. And I can tell Brother Nvasekie challenge all that we should read the book, criticize him, whether positive or negative. Personally, I'm going to read. If anything that I want to say about the book, definitely I'm going to criticize him. Because I've done it before. When he wrote something, if I don't like it, I will go and say whatever I want to say, express my opinion. It's not I hate him, but I think that would be a guardian for him, or for anybody else. So I would thank you for giving me the opportunity to say 1 or 2 words. I'm now a very good orator. So,
You're a good writer.
thank you very much.
Please, I want our sister here to please come and give her a remark. We'll be observing you.
Everyone, my name is Nvasekie Kamara. I'm actually originally from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and actually I went to Liberia for the first time because of my brother-in-law Sekou, and I had the pleasure of actually being part of this country that reminded me so much of my own country. And I feel that our histories are so intertwined together because we also went through a similar war together. And one thing that I'm also Mandingo too as well, from Sierra Leone. But the one thing I have to say is that we are one people, regardless of where you're from. And I'm very actually proud to see this happen today. You normally don't see Africans come together unless it's for like a party, then the room will be filled. And you know, to see something happen for educational purpose is actually very, very heartfelt. And I'm happy I came. I actually came straight from work because my brother-in-law told me to just stop by, and I'm really, really happy I came by here and to see this. And I'm hoping that actually, and I thank you, sir, for actually writing this book as well. And I hope that this actually encourages other people as well to go ahead and write about their history, and especially with the with our elders who are here, who give so much history about our country and where it comes from and how our land was founded. These are things that need to be written down, and I really do hope that someone actually does come by and sits down with you. I was thinking in my head, I wish he was like my grandfather. He kind of sit there and tell me about everything about where I'm from. So thank you for.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, you're my nephew. I said 1 minute.
1 minute, anyway. Thank you for the opportunity. You know, I've known Nvasekie for more than since 1990. We share in the African context. Well, in the African context, we slept in the same room. We ate together. You know, he been very, very passionate about our culture and our history. He read overnight, and he also shared some of those values with me. You know, based on based on my experience with him. You know, I became a reader, and I'm trying to be like him. You know, this book that we all have today, we came to celebrate, is just a tip to the mountain task ahead of us. But our community has not always been supportive of intellectualism. We have all been following money. Anything that doesn't require money, we don't value it. Nobody is going to tell our story. We have to explain it for ourselves. You know, all the good history the elder were explaining, we have to be able to spend time and read books. And it does require time. And when you dream it, but then people say, oh, that man is not serious. He's only reading books, he's only writing books. It's a dedicated task that we have to put effort into. Recently, me and Nvasekie was in Liberia. We were trying to start a magazine. We suffer a lot. We were hungry passing around. I know we have condemnation coming from here. What you guys doing in Monrovia? We don't have any newspaper. We don't have any magazine to tell our story. Nobody's going to explain our story for us. We have to do it ourselves. And when you're there and you're not in government, you not get big car. People say, what kind of foolish man? Other people going to America bringing cars and truck. You come in, you say you come in, open newspaper here. You know, I mean, the reason why, Uncle, I want you to give me a few minutes to explain is because this is our day. We've been planning this thing for forever. I think he talked to me every blessing day, and I gave him word of encouragement. This is time for us to celebrate the success. Nvasekie been working on this thing for more than 20 years. It's today that we have the opportunity to share with all of you. But this thing did not start today. Since 1990, I know Nvasekie, he's been writing. Vasiki, thank you for the book. On behalf of me and my company, Afro Music and Video, we are also involved in the same art, like trying to explain our own contribution to in the form of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And some of the movies that we do, we use Madingo name. When people say we want to use Johnson and Peter name, I said no, I want to use Momo. I want to use name that reflect our culture. We all might not go the same direction, but we are all in it together. But I think on behalf of me and Afro Music, I will buy 20 copies of this book. Thank you very much.
May you chroma. And sisters, and our children. What I want to convey here tonight, not about Nvasekie per se, about our children and our friends, Liberian. This book is not only about Mandingo, it's about the entire nation as Liberia, to know who the Mandingo are from the time Liberia started to today's date. You see, we are Liberian. We don't have to go around telling people we are Liberian, who know who we are. But one good thing that I will say here tonight, and I always say it in Nimba meeting, you see, Brother Kroma was once a teacher. He taught different ethnic groups. People from our area, when they used to see Brother Kroma, they never knew that he was Mandingo, besides playing soccer. He did his contribution and he stayed doing it. But today we are losing. Our old folks are dying. History is dying because they are not written. Mr. Omer Sano was here just now. 2 years ago, I promised that I was going to come and sit with him, me and Jawate, with tape recorder, and listen to him. Narrow history. Thank God Mr. Kroma is here. I'm not. When it comes to Liberian history, he said, well. When it comes to Nimba history, he said, well. Thank God California tourist stayed well as well. I will advise those younger brothers who are interested in writing our history to go around our old folks and do their research and get history written. We all cannot be a writer. Some of all will be an engineer. Some of all will be a journalist. Some of all will be a doctor, nurses. We are not only going to serve the Mandingo elements. Then we are making a big mistake. According to the author saying, I think his grandmother was a manna. I fell on a manna with my breast. When I was a baby, I got manna in me too. That's my evidence. Suck it. Travel business, tribalism. Who we are. Just people on the support Nvasekie. I knew Nvasekie's grandfather very well. He was my father's best friend in Saklepe. He was one of the chiefs. I used to be amazed to see a big flag hanging on the old man wall. I said, wow, this old man got a flag in your house. You see, eh? But this is our day, like the brother said. But what are we going to do with our day? It's the support. But the most important thing in human life is history. History can only come through writing books like this. My brothers and sisters in New York, most of them couldn't make it. But they asked me to come and pledge. You see, eh? And besides pledging, we want to encourage not only our children on the ground in Liberia, but here, to know our history as well. You see, eh? We pledge 10 books for now. Thank you, sir. And we did not come here to just pledge. The brothers, the younger ones, those that are interested in writing. Basically, when he came in this country, we were the first that put him on the website. He was one of our editors. Yeah. He's still an editor up to today's date, and he's expanding. So we are here gratefully to thank him, thank his supporters, thank our old folks that stay alive and pray for them to stay live long, and also encourage ourselves to set our old people to listen to true history, not imagination. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jabate. Thank you for your support. You always been there for us every time we need a cannon. Thank you. Further speech, Brother Konneh, and that is putting confidence in your community.
Thank you, sir.
And that is to say, when he was inducted into office, and he said that they're going to raise $1 million Liberian without consulting the community, and he did it. He had that confidence. Tonight, in addition to individual purchases on behalf of the Konneh family, with the permission of our vehicles, which is the Bilitis, our nephew,
You know, easy to hear 1 minute of word of encouragement from you before Brother Gofi can speak.
Before I give a word, I want to ask a question. What strength do we need in Liberia? What type of strength we need in Liberia? Can anybody answer that question? What strength do we need in Liberia? Yes, Abu.
We need political and intellectual strength.
Very good. Ikla. Thank you so much. For me, I'm biologically inclined. I'm still a student. I started as a student. When I came to the United States, and I'm still going to school up to now. I'm involved with a PhD work at this time. I'm so proud of my brother. To be a writer is not an easy task. Yeah, he's, got a whole lot of inspiration from everybody here. So again, I'm very happy that Nvasekie has produced a book, and this is a job that he has started almost 20 years ago, as Kevin said. He's been involved with writing activities for quite a long time. But before I take my seat, I would like to delegate responsibility to Brother Richmond. I don't think he has said anything tonight since we came over here.
No, he got a part to play.
He got a part to play.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I take my seat, I want to extend thanks, appreciation, gratitude, and satisfaction to everybody here living your places of work, living in New York, people that came from Liberia, everybody, especially in person of Sekou Konneh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your good speech here tonight. So there are masses showing up here tonight. That's a positive manifestation that the Mandingos in Philadelphia, they are together. I thank you so much for coming over here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Moderator, I especially admire the way you have conducted the program.
Thank you so much.
Here we came to celebrate Nvasekie, and the way I want to put it is that as we celebrate Nvasekie, we also celebrate the, I don't like the word Liberian Mandingo, because for me, I'm Mandingo. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody, but I just want to remind you all, please, that 1822 or 1816 to 1822 to 1847, there were only two citizens of Liberia. There was the American Liberian and the Mandingo people. Anybody who can challenge this claim tonight, let them bring their facts. Let us stop. Let Nvasekie lead the trail in trying to prove to anybody, irrespective of where they come from. Because I know D12 was still fighting the Republic of Liberia in 1930s. I know that the central provinces and the eastern provinces and the western provinces of Liberia were still isolated from the Republic of Liberia close to 1964. So in short, it was Mandingos that stood firmly. They didn't have a wavering spirit. They started the Republic of Liberia. Those who read like Nvasekie does, I'm sure he will acknowledge what I just said. There is this huge conspiracy on the part of other Liberians to appease us by always referring to us as an ethnicity that has to be included. No, we bringing you all to be included.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We bringing whoever question our identity as Mandingos to be included. I'm proud to be a Mano woman's son, but a Mandingo man son. And my name, I didn't hide it. Like I said to people, some of the people can hide, but for me, even if I walk in Europe, people will say that man, I'm Mandingo man, before they realize I can't even speak Mandingo. So in short, here tonight, let's celebrate Nvasekie, but set the record straight that you got nothing to prove to anybody.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime somebody standing in public and say, somebody say you Mandingo, because it was my problem with Samuel Doe, because there was an issue as to whether we should be recognized as Liberian. I was Liberian. My father was born 1918. He told me that many of the Liberian people don't even know their own parents' birthday. But my father was born 1918, and he was born in Liberia.
1918, right?
1918. So in short, I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. On behalf of the African Cultural Alliance, my greatest volunteer has done a wonderful job. And I can't quote a number, but we commit to making sure that at least 100 copies of this book should be sold through Konneh.
The closing finish. So now we are not done. I said we came here for purpose, and the purpose is to make sure that the work this man did is appreciated. And how do we do that? Producing this book. So to be able to get a profit on it, he has to first be able to, recover the amount that was invested. And having said that, this man is the man that can make things to happen.
And we will make it happen right here.
The man said 1,000 book. That over that 1,000, I think we've gone almost close to 500, so I'm not sure. So he got another tactic to bring out so that those of us that are here that have not have a copy, the cartoons are here. So book on here, trust me. If you want 5 copies, we'll give it to you right now. So, Mr. Konneh,
thank you.
Please go ahead.
Can somebody help me call our brothers and sisters in the hall just for 5 minutes? Those of you there, we got seat. I beg you, just 5 minutes. Come on in. So, that we came here with volume. We kick the program up by taking the first 1,000. We are left with approximately 1,000, considering that we brought 2,000 copies here. Before the program officially started, a lot of us had gotten 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pieces. We don't have the actual tabulation of that until Musa gets all that. But after my presentation, we have sold 132 pieces. That is 78 pieces less than 200. From my rough estimate here, we are close to 80 persons, which is like 1 person to a book to make us sell 200 books. I'm asking you, what I thought first was that the hall would have been divided into 2. This side, having done all that you've done, you will do whatever you can again to get 100 copies. This side, however you can do that, and then we'll do the same this side. But the crowd is skewed on this side. So what I'm going to do, we'll put a box up here. This is not time for a lot of talk. Even though I came here and already did what I'm supposed to do, my wife did what she's supposed to do, and you did, and you did, and you did, I beg you, let's do a little more. If we cannot sell the remaining 1,000 copies, that's fine. But can we, in the next 5 minutes, get 1 or 2 pieces, so at least we can cover the 78 pieces that are left to make it 200 since we officially kicked it off. Do I have your support?
Yes.
Thank you. To come and get our copies quickly. Vamos, you will collect the money or however you do it.
Musa, just come and stand right. Okay, you need 5.
5 copies. Put your hands together, yo. 5.
You know, when the money is working, anything is possible.
Thank you. What's the next person?
That are coming.
There's another person here.
2 more. 2.
He's getting additional 2. He's getting a lot today.
On the dot.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
you
thank
bought
you.
5 already. Then you
Those that are standing there.
So that's 7.
Who's behind you? Jenny, come on. Yeah, come again one more just for this 5.
So everybody looking at you. Lima, I mean, Femusa president.
And
No, not operation.
Right now.
No one is saying for a wife and children.
Preso. Okay.
Looking.
So let me just say this quick. Committee, Nvasekie and I work together. I'm not.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
Other marketing. But the only thing is I work with him.
Thank you very much.
What I wanted to say, which I forgot to say when I had my opportunity, was that Brother Toure had and myself both planned to be here, but something happened just before I came. Therefore, I waited for him, but he was engaged with that. So, his support to you is unflinching. And then last, in America, if we believe strongly in this, Jonah Wyman worked with me. Jonah Wyman is a writer in his own right, but he writes something else. He writes something else called script. We got all of the equipment to produce the movie. Let's connect with Jonah Wyman so he can reduce this book into a script. Those are the 2 things I want to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. But my senior brother has already started from this line. Next on this line.
Mr. Robert?
Mr. Robert is next on this line.
You are next. 5 book.
5?
Find out.
Yeah, beside that.
Put 1 more there.
6. Okay. Come around the back there.
So I'm taking 1 more?
Yes.
Brown Farouk. Oh, you take 1 more? Yeah, we'll do that announcement.
Body, Konneh.